No, the title of this video isn't clickbait. I actually got my money stolen from using the platform Morph Market by some asshole thief. I just want to share my experience in this video to try to help others possibly not make the mistake that I just did. Stay tuned. Now, I'm totally gonna put this guy out on blast. I want to make sure everybody knows his name, his logo, his location, the whole thing. Now, I'm not too savvy with technology and my TV broke, so all I'm gonna do is put this up to the camera just to take a look. This is the guy, Sunfire Exotics, from Ohio. His name is Brett Osborn, and that's his logo right there. You can find him on Instagram, on Morph Market, and all that stuff. So I want to kind of put this video into 3 different parts. I think there's a lot of important information in this video that we could dissect and really talk about to try to help you guys understand the situation and maybe prevent some of y'all from doing the same mistake I did. So I'll start off with how I found them. So usually I go to Morph Market on a daily basis and I scroll down through all the ads. I focus on the pie gene. So when I saw a couple Mojave head pied females, I thought, hey, this might be a good way to get into the project. And they were already grown about 1,000 to 1,400 grams, and they were priced at $600 each. So I figured so I contacted the guy. The price seemed fair, so it didn't seem like a scam. Like usually they'll price a $2,000 snake for $500. That's a red flag and stuff like that, right? So the pricing seemed normal. I saw the on Morph Market, you can see the ratings, and he had a couple of bad reviews. Now I can understand why, but he did have a lot of good ones. So I figured, okay, everything's checking out. So then I decided to pull the trigger on 2 Mojave head pied females. Total cost was $1,100. Once I received the pythons from him, I saw that they were super sick. Both of them had a respiratory infection. You could tell there was a lot of mucus coming from their mouth. But then you also saw blood on one of them. So I did a little bit of research, and it might have been something that was a little bit more extreme than just a URI. So anyway, I got the snakes. I saw that there were 6, so I decided to contact him and told him, hey man, these are 6 snakes. I don't want to put them in my room or anything like that. I'm trying to prevent all of my snakes from getting sick. I'm going to return these snakes to you. He said, fine, return the snakes and then I'll reimburse you your money. So I did. I sent the snakes back, and as soon as I did, he verified that he got them. Then I told him, okay, great, my refund. He was like, oh, well, this platform, I think he's Square, might take 3 to 5 days to process. Sounds believable. So 3 to 5 days went by, nothing happened. So I contacted him, and he said, oh, there was a mistake, but I'll fix it, and I'm gonna send you money now. So that went on for a couple of weeks, and finally, as the 3rd week came into about, the money came in, but only $500. So at this point, I'm out $600. Not to mention the $150 I spent sending the snakes back to him, because again, these girls were in the 1,200, 1,400 gram range. So I'm out still like $750. But you know what? I was like, hey, you spend money shipping them to me, I'll spend money shipping them to you. We'll call that even. Just give me the $1,100 for the actual snakes. So once the $500 came in, I was like, hey, well, the other $600 are still not with me, and I want them back. He was like, yeah, no worries, there must have been a mistake. Give me another 4 or 5 days for Square to process, and we'll go from there. So I did, and then there was a mistake after a mistake. Square did this now. This happened. So finally, I'm like, hey man, just give me the money for Square, Zelle, wire transfer, anything you want, man. Food stamps, whatever, right? It's all good. He said, okay, great, I'll send it through Walmart. So he has got my information, but never sent the money. Then another couple of weeks passed by, hit him up again, and he's like, oh, I have COVID, I have to quarantine for 14 days. Now, I feel the COVID issue. I had COVID, I know it could be sucky. But this guy, it seems to be a pet shop. So I've called the store before, and there are employees. So if there is a willingness or an effort to give me back my money, I'm sure even though he was sick, one of his employees could have sent me my money. But I figured, you know what, it's a tough year, things are going crazy. I don't want to be an asshole and hound him. So I figured I'd wait. So this actually started back in November, and then I didn't bother him once he told me he had COVID. I didn't bother him for a month and a half. You know, I was trying to be aware of his situation, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, that it's not all about money for me. I could, luckily, or I'm blessed, I'm lucky, I'm smart, I've been saved as much as I can, but $600 isn't gonna kill me or make me rich. And I figured maybe on his end, it might be a little different situation. So, you know, I was okay with waiting. And so I hit him back up again, and then I didn't hear, I emailed him twice this year, the last week, and I haven't heard back from him. So I'm like, you know what, I guess he doesn't want to pay me back at this point. So I emailed him back, the final email that I sent to him. I was like, hey man, at this point I feel like you really don't want to send me my money. There's been many excuses for over 3 months now. What's going on? And he just emailed me back, the deal's done, bro, have a good day. Essentially saying, I'm keeping your money, have a good day. So at that point, F it, man. I'm gonna burn him out. I'm gonna make sure that you guys know who he is. So again, it's Sunfire Exotics from Ohio, Brett Osborn. You are a thief, sir. You are an asshole, and I can't wait to put this out on YouTube and as many platforms as I can because of your actions. And why? If you need the time to pay me back, tell me you need time. If you can't pay me back, give me a good reason why you can't pay me back. But to just be such an asshole and just talk in the way that you talked and to do what you did, I feel like it's so wrong. And before I get further into the story, and you know, the video, I know sometimes people just get off the video. I would like to propose something to the community and just see if it's a good idea or not, right? I'm sure this will never get implemented, but I have a feeling that if most of us know what Morph Market is, and we use Morph Market for most of our purchases. So I figured that it would be a really good idea in order to protect both buyers and sellers to have Morph Market actually be the third party that it already is in connecting buyers and sellers, but in a way also have the funds and the transactions going through Morph Market. Meaning that, let's just pretend that, let's just call him Mike, wanted to buy a snake for me, right? But Mike doesn't know me. Mike doesn't trust me. Mike, I'm new, right? I'm really am new into this hobby. So Mike's like, I want to buy your $1,000 snake, right? So instead of Mike paying me directly, why not have Mike pay Morph Market? Once Morph Market receives the money and it's clear, I, the seller, ship that snake to Mike. Now, as soon as Mike gets the snake, he has 24 hours to say something's wrong here, hold the money, I'm gonna return the snake, right? At that point then, Mike returns the snake to me, the seller, and then Morph Market returns the money to Mike. If Mike in 24 hours doesn't put in a negative claim or a false advertising or a scam or anything alert, at that point Morph Market releases the funds to me. I think this is a great idea to prevent thieves like Brett Osborn from Sunfire Exotics of taking people's money. Now I know might create an issue with it being Morph Market being more complex and complicated, but you know what? And I'm probably sure it's going to add cost to the platform. But I mean, personally for me, I would be okay with paying another $20 in annual fees to have a system in place like that, where it's protecting both the buyer and the seller. You know, especially because this is my biggest issue with what happened. This doesn't affect JKR, Aussie, you know, Royal Constructor Designs, all these big breeders, because they have the reputation, right? People, you know, everybody knows them. There's hundreds of reviews, hundreds of everything, right? So they'll always sell their snakes. But getting ripped off really affects like the smaller market, like me or other people that I know that are starting off that already have to sell their snakes a little cheaper, right? If JKR has X snake for 1,000, I should have my snake about 800 or 900 to try to get customers from, you know, on really looking at my snakes, because if they're the same price, you're definitely going to buy a JKR. So, you know, this scamming thing affects the younger people coming in, the lower tiers, that are the beginners, the hobbyists, because now you create a lot of mistrust, from the community. So now for me personally, if I see a snake from JKR and a snake from Clutch X, I'm gonna go to JKR, even if it's $200-300 more for the same snakes. I've lost that trust in the community, and not the community as like people in general, because most of the time, 99% of the time, it's always been a very positive review or positive experience. But now when it comes to money, I'm maybe for a while at least, I'm going to be very cautious of who I spend my money with because of this possible scams. So from here on out, I'm not going to be shopping with the little guy. If I could find the same snake in a more mainstream platform or mainstream seller, and this sucks because I am that new guy. I am the guy that I'm saying I won't trust because I'm the new guy. So how can I ask somebody watching this video to buy one of my snakes, or some random Joe that just goes on Morph Market and sees my snake? How can I ask him to trust me when I know this stuff exists, and it usually exists in this lower tier level? It's just a sucky situation all the way around. And again, I'm not even mad at the 600 because I don't need it. I'm mad because of the way the money was stolen. It just seems so unnecessary. You're not gonna live a rich life off of $600 that you stole. You know, you're losing a customer, you're losing a reputation. You know, I'm not a huge platform, but if 100 people see this video and 100 people will never buy from you, then you just lost another 100 customers, right? It's just so dumb, and it's just frustrating to me that, you know, people would do this for such little amounts. I mean, every amount is wrong, but dude, come on, $600? That's crazy to me. And you know how long it prolonged, right? This has been going on for 3 months, and I try to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. But once he sent that last email, deal's done. Okay, man. At this point now, F you, man. You know, it's a wrap. And $600 isn't gonna make me or break me, but I'm gonna make sure that I put you out as much as possible so other people are aware of this. Not only with like this video, but follow up with Morph Market. I'm even thinking of calling that local police department in his area to see if I could create some kind of like just put in like some kind of like, I don't know if it's like not a lawsuit, but you know, like an actual criminal complaint. And this is probably going to lead to a future video because at this point I have contacted Morph Market directly, and I have asked them to look into the situation, and you know, essentially explain the story that's as I'm telling you guys. And I'm asking Morph Market to either ban or suspend his account until he pays me back. I don't know if that's right for me to ask or wrong for me to ask. I really don't know, but I feel like, I mean, I'll be frank with you guys, I've spent more than $10,000 on Morph Market. You know, I have a seller's account now. I would think that in general, Morph Market will want to protect people like me, any customer, any buyer, any seller, by kicking people out that are so bluntly and blatantly stealing your money or my money. This isn't a miscommunication. This isn't an innocent mistake. This isn't something that was done by accident or misfortune. This is like just clear thievery, like just him being a thief, right? So I want to see what Morph Market does and how they're able to handle this situation. Now, I'm not putting the blame on Morph Market, because I understand that as being a platform, there's always going to be bad apples in any platform. But I think I can somewhat judge Morph Market by the way they are willing to help. Because I think it's just the right thing to do. Now I understand that this might cause an issue because, you know, now they might ban somebody that's paying them $100 or $300 or $200 a year for their annual membership to sell on Morph Market. But you know, I don't know. I don't think it's right that since all the transactions or the communication was done through the messaging board that the link that they actually sent to the buyer or seller when somebody inquires of the snake, they'll be able to see the whole thread, 50 emails in total since the beginning, and it's very clear that he owes me this $600. So it'll be very interesting to see how how Morph reacts and what happens from here, which will probably be the next update or next video that I do. Seeing, you know, it's just to give you guys an update on what happens there. So again, it just sucks to me more than anything that, you know, it causes me to doubt unknown breeders, because I'm a very big believer of buying from the little guys. I do this here where I live. I don't usually go to Walmart. I like going to smaller mom and pop shops to support local businesses. So at the same time, I want to support local businesses or smaller businesses on the platform. And now that's kind of preventing me from doing that. And I understand that that may be one of the reasons why a lot of people that inquire about my snakes don't end up buying them, because the first thing that comes out is, who are you? Prove to me that you're not a scam. And you know, now I understand why this is the way it is. And just to try to end things on a positive note, something that I'm really happy about, just because I'm again trying to forget this craziness. I actually confirmed right now, as I was making this video, that my puzzle male has officially locked with my killer pied female. So can you imagine getting double head puzzle pieds? Oh my god. And they're all guaranteed to be pastel because of the super pastel and the female. I'm super excited. And I also paired that male up with that pastel clown female. So who knows, I may actually get double head puzzle clowns and puzzle pieds. So this is going to be crazy, because this will set up my whole next 4 years. Not to mention my OD leopard YB locking up with like 3 or 4 different pied females already. So I'm going to get a lot of those genes, hopefully in females, and keep them as holdbacks. So it's a great, you know, trying to end positive. Great for me here. Another thing too that I want to mention is, first, anybody still watching this video this far into it, to me, a lot of times when I talk about things on camera, I really do enjoy it, because I know that I feel like I'm almost talking to you in person. And furthermore, you know, in this experience that I just had, it's almost like therapy. You know, just talking to this camera, because I know I'm talking to you watching this video at home or at work or while you're driving, where you shouldn't do. It's therapeutic. I'm actually a lot calmer now and not as stressed as before I make the video. Because, you know, I know that I will get the support from the community, and I know I didn't do anything wrong, and I know I was patient, and I know that I mean, always, it's when I have a sick snake, boom, comments trying to help out. When I have a question, comments trying to help out. So thank you in advance for the support, the love that you showed to my channel, because I know I could be very inconsistent when I post my videos. I know I ramble like crazy, and it's just my style. It's just what I do. I just can't control myself. I'm just always moving and talking and walking. So I appreciate you guys for sticking with me, and I can't wait to keep updating you guys on my progress, on my season as a pet owner and a hobbyist in this industry. Again, so thank you so much for watching. Till next time, peace.